Good morning, this is Eric Miscoll with EMSNOW. We're on the show floor here at SMTAi International in Rosemont, Illinois. Was able to pull in a colleague here this morning, Roger Harts with ICAPE. ICAPE. We did
we go ICAPE here.
ICAPE,
yeah.
Right. No, it's different in different regions.
Absolutely.
So
certainly is.
Yeah. So why don't we start? Tell us. Obviously ICAPE, you're a board manufacturer primarily, is what you're kind of known for. But you're having a hell of a year here in the U.S. Why don't you tell us kind of what's going on?
So it's actually interesting that in this current economic climate that we're seeing a substantial amount of growth here in the U.S., up over 20% from the same month last year. That's kind of nice because I don't think a lot of companies are experiencing those same types of growth. I think it has a lot to do with some of the mergers and the new people that we've brought on and expansion of new additional personnel with domestic engineering support and lab and those types of things. So it's certainly helping us dramatically.
And you brought that on last year with it up outside Indianapolis there, right? We talked a bit about that last time I spoke to you. How's that going?
Actually, it's going really well. It provides us this kind of unique offering in our market with in comparison to companies with a similar business model as ours. So now we have access to a state-of-the-art lab, IPC certified engineering support and technicians that are doing all of our assembly of low volume, high technical prototype boards. There's certainly a demand for it now as the growth in the industries tends to lead more towards HDI components, high layer count, more technologically advanced assemblies. So we're seeing a big demand in it, and as of right now, we've added an additional assembly line, and at the show this year, we're looking to add additional equipment, and because we're coming close to being at maximum capacity, and we want to make sure that we can fulfill our customers' needs and demands for lead time. So.
And now tell me about your supplier network. So obviously it gets a bit challenged with the tariffs this year, right, and what's happening. So you guys have had to adjust to that, but you're kind of, as I understand it, very proactively addressing those issues and concerns.
Correct. I mean, we've been very proactive in that. We've kind of always looked to source the most qualified vendors to add to our approved vendor list. But right now, more than ever, it's been a real advantage to us because we have added factories in Taiwan and South Korea and are currently looking to source additional vendors in countries like Indonesia, Malaysia. I've heard rumors about Vietnam. We've not really brought anybody on yet. We're pretty particular about who we add to our AVL. In order to become partners with us, we require that you allow our employees to work in your factories, not just from an inspection perspective, but also to monitor the processes. Some of our customers are very demanding, require that their boards are manufactured on the same line every time. Not just the same line, but quite often the same routing machine or the same drilling machine. So our employees actually are there as those products come through to monitor those processes to make sure that there are never any changes based on what our customers require.
But in the countries you mentioned, it's still very much an Asian-based activity, though.
Yeah, it's throughout Southeast Asia. I think we all know that if you're going to be competitive in a global economic system, you're going to have to source products in Southeast Asia from somewhere for sure, certainly from an electronic perspective. So we're focusing our efforts in those markets, and we're still primarily in China. At this point in time, we still see them as the most competitive option for our customers. They certainly have the capacities that is necessary and access to the raw material. And until or if the tariff issue starts to increase up and above where China's no longer the most competitive option, we just want to make sure that we have factories in place seamlessly transition our customers' products from one factory to another so that there's no risk to the supply chain.
And are you hearing concerns from your customers as you're getting out and about, or is this just a proactive activity?
No, we're actually have had a lot of our customers request a benchmark from some of our new vendors, and so we're looking at those options for them, and have done a lot of that quoting process right now. We don't see a mass exodus by any means at this point in time, but it's always nice to provide that value add to our customers by securing the supply chain for them. And I think that our customers find that an appealing reason to do business with ICAPE for sure.
No, I would expect that, right? I mean, because if something hits the fan, they want to know that they have something ready and that you're prepared, right?
Absolutely, that's an excellent way to put it.
And it could. And so your job is to kind of get out and about and take these solutions to the customers and see what their concerns are and kind of bring it back to market.
Yeah, right? Certainly. Yeah. We want to know what their immediate needs are, what their drivers are, and then we, put together a multiple process solution for them just to provide many advantages in the market. I mean, you're still doing business half a planet away in a country that's 12 hours ahead of us. So, communication's always a big key, and it's always a big topic of conversation. And we have, our largest office at ICAPE, even though we're headquartered in Paris, our largest office is in Shenzhen. And, we have, Chinese citizens working in Chinese factories speaking, Mandarin or Cantonese as their number one language. And so that really helps us communicate very effectively and in China, and then transition that effective communication in North America.
Right. So. Now, and I understand you're a road warrior, and you just did a legendary business trip to to parts unknown all over the Midwest, right? And, got on the road and just kind of hustled it.
Yeah, we just it's part of our job is to get the word out. We've not been in this market as long as some of our competitors. And so it's very important that myself and the rest of the team here in the U.S. are getting, as you said, getting the word out, trying to build and promote our brand domestically. I'm very excited about our future, and I really look forward to what it brings.
Yeah. So. Well, good. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time today to sit with us, to share kind of updates on what's going on. We look forward to hopefully seeing you. I guess Apex might be the next opportunity.
That'll be the next time we run into each other, unless you want to stop by the office in Indianapolis anytime. You're always welcome.
Well, I appreciate that, Roger.
Thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate the time.